I was a huge fan of wrestling growing up, right? And one thing I hope is that the Democrats don't fall into the same trap that many wrestlers used to fall into around the Royal Rumble. And that was like, if you ever watched the Royal Rumble, you know what I'm talking about. You would know who's supposed to win and who's like most likely to win. But then because there would be so many people in the ring and it would be so chaotic, like everyone would be focusing on the big show. And then like they'd all try to go for him and then someone else would get kicked out. And then the next thing you know, like Rey Mysterio wins. And I'm serious, like the Democrats need to be careful that they don't have the same shit show that the Republicans had where you've got 18 people. Because honestly, and I honestly believe one of the biggest factors of Donald Trump becoming president was that there were 17 people on stage with him, which meant you only had enough time to get sound bites from everyone. And Trump is the king of sound bites, right? You want to break down policy? Trump doesn't know how to do that, but a soundbite, he's the king. So when you go, what are you going to do about immigration? Ted Cruz, what are you going to do? We're going to look at stringent measures that we can put in place. Time's up, time's up. Kasich, what are we going to do? Well, we got to look at the H-1B1 program, and we got that. Time's up. Trump, what are you going to do? Build a wall! It works. And that's why he did well. One of the reasons, in my opinion, that he did really well. Because when it got down to like only 3 candidates, then people were like, wow, this guy doesn't know anything, but it was too late. And so with the Democrats, I do think they've got to be careful of not having a world where they spend so much time fighting each other unrealistically that by the time it comes to like the primaries, there's no passion. People have like, you know, there's so much infighting. I've never understood that about America, I won't lie. The things that your politicians say about each other on the way to the race and then all of a sudden like change. Like for instance, Bernie and Hillary, like that blew my mind. Because I've never been in America for a presidential race. I've watched primaries from another country, but when you're here, you see the nitty-gritty. And you had like Bernie the whole time, he's like, you can't vote for Hillary. She's in with the big banks. She's bought by major corporations. Don't vote for Hillary. Don't. And then he lost, and then after he came, he's like, we gotta vote for Hillary. And I'm like, but what about the big banks? Are the big banks not a thing anymore, Bernie? And I get that all of them, I mean, Republicans that were over Trump, they're like, he's an imbecile, we can't vote for, and then he became the candidate, they're like, it's time for us to get behind our candidate. But I don't think it's healthy. I think it creates disillusionment with a lot of voters. I think it makes people skeptical. I think it makes it seem like politics is about theater as opposed to like real issues. For me, if you don't believe someone's fit to be president, they don't become fit because they beat you. Do you know what I mean? They're unfit. It's as simple as that. So, Democrats need to figure out, get into a room with each other and be like, all right, who's really running, who's not running, who's like, you're going to come out with 40 people, it's going to be shit. Because Trump has his thing on lock. He's rolling with these people have accepted him, right? Remember back in the day, Republicans were, we're going to hold our nose and vote for him. It's like, are you guys still holding your nose? What nose? What nose? What are you talking about? We didn't even know there's a smell.